Welcome to the second episode of the Let's Play OTTD on a European map. I'm your host, Jimster Gaming, and yeah, let's get cracking. So the map opened in the Pyrenees, which we are not going to use for the start. So we are going to start where it all started. The first real rail connection in the world was between Stockton and Darlington in this area. So that's where we are going to restart now that Europe finally is back and again can create an infrastructure of any kind. So we will start with some terraforming. So we have a few different versions of track. So we will start with this one. Simply because we have not very much money and we need to save the little we have. So we'll start by tunneling. And take out a full loan. And then start building the station here. So this is Middlesbrough Steel Mill. And Middlesbrough Steel Mill has worked together with the iron ore mine and the coal mine next to it, with horse and cart to manage to collect a little bit of the components to make steel, just enough for us to actually build a railroad all the way to the mines and down to the machine shop in Newcastle upon Tyne. So these 4 industries will be the first ones to be connected, and it's going to be a very vital part of our network and our income above all. So as we said with the rules, let me see. We have a steel mill somewhere. Is that the steel mill? No, it was not. Okay. I don't remember where that one is actually. Does it matter? That's a freight station general. There it was, steel mill. So we're going to make an 8 length. Meaning it will start there. Flatland required. And we'll do it here. And we did it in the wrong way. Yes. Let's try again. And 8 it is. Wow, that one has changed since last I played. We will continue uphill. And we are going to calculate. So this piece is 23 length, that's 18, that's quite okay. And we are going to continue this one up here, like that. Good. And since we are on this side, that means we are not going to need anything additional there. We will bring it over here for now. That might change later on. Immediately divide it out. And have one of those. And we were one short. I want the names to stay in the top of the stations, because otherwise it's going to look really bad. Here again. Okay. So we're going to break this one out here, I believe. It's on the other side, so that means we need to do this. We will just redo that. It's also important to make it look good and to stay reasonably efficient, so we need to redo it. Like that. And again the same way. Let's see if this one has... not sure if we are in range. This one... no, we are not. Okay, but we'll sort that, no issues. So it will start over there. Okay, so we are just going to build a small truck station. Will we ever use it? I doubt it. But when we have a truck station, we can actually also build this one. And connect the two. So, joined stations. Perfect. That one is done, and the remaining one is this one here. So what we are going to do now is to actually build the town stations, because otherwise we are going to be hated, and there is just no point in doing that. So we need to have a Canadian platform. I do like the red ones that you have early on. I like them better, but well, what can you do? So there will be a house there, a road there, a house there, and station there. And since this is a through station, it doesn't matter really. Sorry, because they're going to hate me too much. So we're going to build a bus station. And we are going to build a bus station here. And we are going to build a dock there. There actually. Connected to the town hall station. Check what they think. I believe there's quite a lot of trees here. So let's take away the transparency. Yeah, there's a bunch of trees. Yes, so what we're going to do first is actually to fix this. So we need to have... I'm going to redo this station later on, but right now it's going to be here. This one is the correct one, yes. So I'm going to have 2 of those. So let's have this one here, and it's going to be 8. I'm not the most popular person in the world, but it's not that bad. I can put 2 extras on. Great. And then we can build the the Canadian platforms. And as we said, we have a house there, a street, a house, and then we have the station, and we built it so you can pass through with a car. and we are going to connect it with the tunnel. Great. So that means we ended up in red in Newcastle upon Tyne. They hate me. Local authority thinks I'm very poor, which is fine. It's going to get worse. But because I have 2 stations here, I can actually build a bus line. And having a bus line means that I can, in the future, whenever I like, improve my reputation. That's the most important thing with having a bus line. So we're going to do this so they can pass over there. We need to have these out. This station will, at a later stage, move on this side, I believe. I will do, because this one is just going to be so badly overcrowded quite quickly. I think I'm going to do this, actually, as a matter of fact. For now, we'll do that. And we take one out, we take this one further, and we put this one here. So, I do prefer to do English style, meaning driving on the left side, which is actually happening in other countries as well when it comes to trains. So we will remove the trees again because it's really difficult to see. This one needs to go out there, and there will be a million changes on these later on. So let me see. This one will start at there. It needs to be 9. So out of there, it's fine. Because I need. There's no point in having to redo everything every time if you don't absolutely need to do it. So therefore I do it that way. Yeah, great. All done. There is a passing loop there. There is no passing loop here. There will be one later on, but not for the moment. This one is a little bit crazy because it's so close, but whatever. So we'll put this one here. Boom. And we are going to put one here, not there. One there, and one there. And we are going to put a waypoint in. That is going to be called M. No. MDHCL, MDH for Middlesbrough, and CL for coal. Okay. Here we have another Middlesbrough. Let's do that. And that is for iron. And this one is for metal. Great. And here we have 2 for engineering supplies. That is something we're going to use in a later stage, but now we're just using 1, I believe. This one could actually be done by only 1 train, I think. So this is engineering supply A, because there will be more of those. Great. So, to tell this story. So by horse and cart, the poor workers, the few remaining that has been there since 1945 at Middlesbrough steel mill. They managed to get some iron ore and some coal down so they could actually produce a little bit more. Normally they produce a small tiny amount of things that someone might need. So they spent a lot of time in 1989 trying to collect enough resources to actually get enough steel for the production of the railway. So we managed to get the steel in place, we have produced the railway, and we have connected it to the old machine shop in Newcastle upon Tyne. That has been spending the last 45 years building stationary threshing machines because tractors were no longer allowed, and same with threshing machines, the ones that move. So all done. What we need now are some trains. So we have brought out an old reliable design, a Swedish R steam loco that were already in use way before the Second World War. And since these are known to work, they were known to work well, and it was possible to find a driver and a couple of people who had worked on these, and they were deemed reliable. So therefore it was decided that we'll start with these, but we're not going to start there. We will actually start here. So we are going to buy a locomotive. We are going to find iron ore carriages. This is some very new, very nouveau design, but they have a similar color, so that will work. So we are going to put 4 of these on because the experts believe that it should be possible to drive it. Good. And then here we are going to do exactly the same. An R, but in this case only 3. So that's the iron ore train. This is the coal train. The reason being that the coal mine is only producing 144, while the iron ore mine is producing 304. Good. So train number 1 is ready, and it will start by going to the waypoint, so it comes on the right track. In this case it's not really needed, but I really want to do it anyway because just to stick to a plan, stick to a process. And this one is done. So it first goes to the waypoint, it then goes to the pickup station where it waits for full. I have set everything to do. No, I haven't set it. Oh yeah, sorry. Everything is set to go non-stop. After it has loaded full at Middlesbrough Tanner Road, it will go down to Middlesbrough Woods, which is the metal plant, or the steel mill rather, and then it will go back to the depot and continue. Done. Next one, similar thing. Start with the waypoint, go to the coal station, full load, go to the steel mill, and then back to the depot for maintenance. Okay. And we'll do basically the same here. So we'll have an R. We are going to do metal. I'm not sure what the difference between these two are. This one is half price. I'll take the 51 anyway. Put 5 on. Matching colors. 5 are put on. We'll tell them to do metal. And go to the waypoint, into the station. Wait for a full load. And go down to Newcastle upon time. This one might actually also at some point need a waypoint to get in on the right one, because otherwise it's going to get stuck there. But right now the train is not 4 tiles long, so it's not an issue. And back to the depot. Great. Done. And the 4th one will come here. We'll do the same train because we don't have access to diesel. Coal we can find because we have access to a coal mine. So that's what we'll have to deal with. And we are doing wrong. Engineering supplies, which is there. And 84 is the magic number, and I believe we reached 84 by using 2 of those and 2 of those. Right. And change that to engineering supplies, and 84 it is. And in this case, I think it's enough to do this. Full load. Go to the iron place first because that one has a higher production, so it's more important to get that one up and running first. Go to the depot, go here again, go there again, and then go to the coal mine and then back to the depot again. I think that should work. I'm not sure, I haven't tried it out, but we'll find out. Good. Start. And leave it as it is. Repay the 200,000. And 23 minutes into the episode, we are actually ready to go. Look at this. So this one is quickly loading up to 12%. And as you can see, the iron train loads quicker even though it's longer because of the much higher production numbers. There will of course later on be a issue here because there are 2 trains plus this one running on a single track. But we're going to sort that when it happens. That should not be an issue. Or not too much of an issue anyway. So there we have the first one coming in. And it is going to bring in a nice amount of money, I hope. It's unloading. There, brought in 3,759. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to release this one from the wait until full load when this one has got up here. The reason for that is that the steel mill is going to produce more if 2 cargoes are delivered within a month after each other. So this one has now disappeared from there. Let's go. So even though this one has much less, and the first one loaded 22%, this one actually loaded 23%, even though this one had only 3 carriages and it wasn't even full. And it's just because supplying both of them within the same time frame actually ramps up production. So that's great. And we're going to do the same again, of course. Because we can see this one is moving on. And the question is, are we going to fill that train? I don't think we will. So I think we have to cheat again. So let's see when we get up here. Now it actually worked out. Tish. This one is not on the way. It's missing 12%. We shouldn't be an issue. And there we have a full load. Let's follow this one. And I'm not sure, but I think 5 is enough to fill the other one. Let me see. If we fill it with engineering supplies. Ooh, that was close. Well, not much to do about it. Let's go anyway. Which is a little bit sad because delivering 82 instead of 84 is just going to ramp up the production to the double, but getting the 2 extras would have ramped up the production much more. But that's the way it is. So that one is sorted. The coal is... oh, it can wait actually. So we've started to make a little bit of money, which is great news. Because we needed this. And even though we haven't really done anything, I'm going to actually do that. And bring it over there. Because we now have 3. I have to pause it because otherwise something will get lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. Continue. So the steel train is down again. And this time it managed to do 100%. The other issue is that when the steel train passes there, or this one for that matter, it's going to block this junction. So we are going to double track out there as well, rather soon. So this one is now coming up for the for the coal as well. Done. This one has doubled the production, so it's now up to 684 tons a month, which is quite a lot. So we have to spend money on improving those as well. So I didn't put any signal in the start there or here, and the reason for that is that if there is something blocking, the train is going to get stuck in a junction, which is causing all kinds of issues. So I never do that. I would never put a signal at the start of a track when it leads in. At the end, yes, but not at the start, because it's going to cause issues. So this one has now ramped up the production to 468 tons. And this one has now finally soon got gung-ho and quadrupled the production. So now you can see what happens when they get stuck. So we need to fix this. Which means fixing those. fixing this one. Fixing that one. And this here. And pause. We're just signaling. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 only. That's not good. So I'll have to do that. Which means we have to redo this at a later stage, but whatever. Did this one end up on the wrong side? I don't know. No, it's correct. Good. So what we need to do now is to help these a little bit. So this one will go into depot. We'll pause it just in case. It will need to get 2 extra wagons on. So again, we need coal wagons. 2 additional. And make sure it takes coal and start it up. And we have this one coming in as well, with the red light, of course. And it also needs to go to the depot to get some extra cars on. So this one will have to have 5, like that. And then we are going to clone it, and by holding Control, it actually clones it with the same orders, which is great. Doing that. Don't clone anything more. So this one should now have the same orders, and it has the same orders, and it would also have iron ore as well. Good. And I'm not sure what happened to that one. Oh, sorry, I'm still on pause. Okay, great, and we'll start this one as well. And the reason for doing it that way is because this one now produces 1,300 tons of iron ore, while the coal is only doing 600. And that means we'll have to have a new one here as well. Because it fills up. So let's do that. Open that one, open this one, clone this train, and send it. And that means we'll end up in issues here again. So the double track did not want to do that. Okay, no money. Let's take a quick loan. Do this, do that. Redo this one. So I do that. More loans needed. So we'll do that for now and bring it in here. Repay the 10,000. Pause. Because I need to sort this out. And this one here. And that one is now right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Then I made a mess out of it the first time, but whatever. Which means we are going to get issues there, I think. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should be there actually. Aye. This need to be optimized a little bit. And we need to borrow more money again. This one going there, this one going there, this one coming in there, this one going out there. Great stuff. And off we go. So we have now set up the first piece of this. And this line is going to make us several fortunes, which is kind of interesting because it basically takes iron and coal, brings it to a steel mill, brings the steel to a machine shop, and brings the machines back to the mines, which is kind of a zero game. Plus it pays us a lot of money. Every single one of these pays us a lot of money to actually fix it, which doesn't seem to be the best way of doing financial planning, but well, who cares? It's at least making me a lot of money, so that's the important stuff here. And that was the first real episode number 2. So I'll be back and I'll let this one run a little bit, so we go out of debt. Reason being that it is required really to continue with anything else, because as long as we are in debt, we simply don't have the money to actually continue with anything else anyway. So that was today's episode. Thank you and have a great day.